The House will come to order. I want to thank Nicole Cates this morning for singing The Impossible Dream. And today our pledge will be led by Caleb Duggan and Trevor Duggan from Northridge Elementary School, Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Schiebel, please call the roll.
Representatives of Mabile, Armagost, Bacon, Representative Bacon,
Excused.
Byrd, Bockenfeld, Rep. Bockenfeld. Rep. Bockenfeld is excused. Basenecker, Bottoms, Bradfield, Bradley, Brown, Catlin, Doherty, DeGraff, Degree Kennedy, Representative Degree Kennedy,
Excused.
Dixon, Rep. Dixon,
Excused.
Duran, English, Epps. I just saw her. Representative Epps. Evans. Frizzell. Froelich. Garcia. Rep. Garcia. Gonzalez Gutierrez. Hamrick. Hartsook. Herod. Representative Herod. No, Rep. Herod's excused. Judah. Joseph. Kip. Representative Leader's excused today. Lindsay. Linstead. Luck. Lukens. Lynch. Mabry. Marshall. Martinez. Morrow. McCormick. McLaughlin. Michelson Janae. Rep. Ortiz is excused this morning. Parenti. Representative Parenti. Puglisi. Ricks. Representative Ricks. No. Rep. Ricks is excused. Sharbini. Sirota. Snyder. Soper. Story. Taggart. Titone. Valdez. Representative Valdez. There he is. Velasco. Vigil. Weinberg. Weissman. Wilford. Wilson. Winter. Woodrow. Young. And Madam Speaker.
Did we go the opposite direction? With 59 present, 6 excused, we do have a quorum. Representative Vigil.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And can I say, what a privilege it is to serve with you.
It is quite the privilege to serve with you as well.
Colleagues, I have a motion to make. I'm going to ask you to vote your conscience. Only you know what's in your heart. Madam Speaker, I move that the Journal of Monday, February 27th, 2023 be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
In my heart, you have heard the motion that the journal be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. All those no. Opposed. The motion is adopted. Announcements and introductions. Representative Velasco.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to give a warm welcome to our West Slope Youth Voice. It's an organization that is student-led, student-run, focuses on issues facing young people across the Western Slope, and these students are here today to engage in the legislative process, to talk to the representatives and senators, and advocate for issues that they care about. So welcome to youth from Garfield and Mesa counties.
Thank you, Representative. Representative Froelich.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The Transportation, Housing, and Local Government Committee meets this afternoon, 1:30 LSBA for 4 bills, 1048, 1175, 1184, and 1190. And then tomorrow in Old State Library for just a small bill at 1:30, that will be Bill 1171.
Representative Doherty.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Health and Insurance will be meeting 10 minutes upon adjournment, and we will be hearing 1183, 1195, and 1070, so we'll see you there.
Representative Weissman.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is an announcement about the work of the Judiciary Committee today at 1:30 in the Old State Library, the big room over there. We are meeting to hear 3 bills. We will hear 1192, Senate Bill 28, and Senate Bill 95. House Bill 1182 will not be heard today. Again, House Bill 1182 will not be heard today. We'll bring that back at a later time. Thank you.
Representative Michelson-Janay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Public and Behavioral Health and Human Services, you're going to want to pay attention to this announcement. There's a change in our schedule. So first of all, upon adjournment, we will be hearing a presentation about school-based health centers, and we will be hearing a presentation about ARPA funding from the Behavioral Health Administration. And our 1:30 meeting will be canceled. So we will only be meeting upon adjournment today.
Any additional announcements or introductions? Oh, Madam Majority Leader, I do believe we have a tribute. We do. Representative Garcia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It is the bomb diggity to serve with you.
Yeah. I am honored, privileged, and delighted to serve with you, Representative Garcia.
Madam Speaker, I have a tribute and request that it be read at length.
Mr. Schiebel, please read our tribute at length.
The House of Representatives convened in the 74th General Assembly hereby recognizes Rare Disease Day. Any condition that affects fewer than 200,000 Americans is considered rare, and there are more than 710,000 known rare diseases affecting nearly 30 million Americans, including more than 500,000 Coloradans across a broad spectrum of medical conditions. These conditions are specialized and complex and need to be recognized so that we can make informed decisions to better meet the needs of Coloradans with rare medical conditions. Processes to improve access to healthcare providers, services, and treatments, along with aiming to ease the financial impact and strain on individuals and families, can greatly improve the overall quality of life. Initial misdiagnosis is common, and symptoms differ not only from disease to disease, but also from patient to patient suffering from the same disease. The Colorado House of Representatives recognizes Rare Disease Day and offers expressions of sympathy to all the individuals and families who are impacted by a rare disease. On request of Representatives Lorena Garcia, Judy Amabile, Kyle Brown, Ruby Dixon, Barbara McLaughlin, and Mary Young, given this 28th day of February 2023, State Capitol, Denver.
Representative Garcia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, it is my honor today to bring forward this tribute because it's important that we bring attention and awareness to the prevalence of rare diseases. My nephew, Axel, who is here today with his mom, Cindy, sitting right back there, has Williams syndrome. This disease affects 1 in 7,500 people, and it presents differently for each person. What makes this challenging is that there are different symptoms with each person, leading to challenges in managing the disease. But Axel is full of life. He will be graduating from high school, and he's 18, and this was only possible because of the countless hours of doctor's visits, procedures, therapies that his mom supported him through. I hope that with this tribute, we can begin the conversation to find ways to better support these families. Thank you.
Assistant Minority Leader Puglisi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I didn't realize this tribute was coming today, but I really appreciate it. My daughter has a rare genetic disorder. She's one of 8 children in 8 girls in Colorado that has this rare genetic disorder. She was misdiagnosed at 3, and at 5, I was like, there's something wrong with my kid, please help her. And then fighting with insurance companies to get her treatments, going through experimental treatments, and how expensive that was. I had to get a second job to pay for it. And she's doing great, thank God, but it's only because I had to learn how to advocate for my child. And so I think raising awareness is really important, and I'm grateful for this tribute today, so thank you.
Thank you. Representative Brown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to join my colleagues here today because I, too, love people with rare diseases. Despite the name, as Representative Garcia said, rare diseases are just far too common. 30 million Americans live with a rare disease, and some rare diseases are well known. I think most people have heard of ALS, ovarian cancer, even whooping cough. But others are much less well known, as we've heard today, diseases like Turner syndrome, phenylketonuria, or Prader-Willi syndrome. The National Organization for Rare Diseases lists hundreds of rare diseases. Each is unique, and each affects less than 200,000 Americans per year. And because they're unique, doctors struggle to diagnose them, pharmaceutical companies have little incentive to develop new treatments, and patients struggle to get the needed health care covered by insurance. So despite these challenges, everybody deserves access to the health care and other services that they need to live their healthiest lives. So for my family and my friends, and for all Coloradans, I hope that we can all work together to make sure that people with rare diseases can thrive. Thank you.
Representative Young.
I'm here to honor the families and the children and the youth that I've worked with in my career as a special education teacher and as a school psychologist. The list is long of children that I've worked with a rare disorder, including Williams syndrome. I want to describe one family that I worked with. I was a high school special education teacher, and I worked with a young man who had neurofibromatosis. And a decade later, I worked with his son, who had a much more critical form of the disease and was really facing really death. He had a trip with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and it really turned the corner for him. So it is important for us to recognize that all of these children and their families, as Representative Puglisi has said, need the supports of us in Colorado to provide the appropriate treatment, and I think that we should honor Representative Garcia's family, who are here today as she has recognized. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Members, the next order of business is third readings. Thank you, members. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 46.
Senate Bill 46 by Senator Winter F., also Representative Duran, concerning the calculation of a covered individual's average weekly wage for paid family and medical leave benefits.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 46 on third reading, final passage.
Members, the motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 46 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 44 aye, 19 no, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 46 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 73.
Senate Bill 73 by Senators Van Winkle and Moreno, also Representatives Michelson, Janae, and Soper, concerning the continuation of the EPIC evidence-based practices implementation for capacity advisory board and in connection therewith, implementing the recommendations in the 2022 Sunset Report by the Department of Regulatory Agencies to repeal the advisory board.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 73 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 73 on third reading, final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 63 aye, 0 no, and 2 excused, Senate Bill 73 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Bill 1172.
House Bill 1172 by Representative Parenti, also Senator Jaquez Lewis, concerning changes to child welfare proceedings.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1172 on third reading, final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1172 on third reading, final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 51 aye, 13 no, and 1 excused, House Bill 1172 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 51.
Senate Bill 51 by Senators Henriksen and Sullivan, also Representatives Ortiz and Lukens, concerning preparation of a skilled workforce for the changing nature of work.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 51 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 51 on third reading, final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 48 aye, 16 no, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 51 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to Senate Bill 48.
Senate Bill 48 by Senators Baisley and Bridges, also Representatives Amabile and Hamrick, concerning extending the length of an employment contract for a non-tenure track appointment.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move Senate Bill 48 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of Senate Bill 48 on third reading, final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 62 aye, 2 no, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 48 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Bill 1025.
House Bill 1025 by Representatives Taggart and Michelson Janae, also Senator Rich, concerning extension of charter school applications.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1025 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1025 on third reading, final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. With 51 aye, 13 no, and 1 excused, House Bill 1025 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Schiebel, please read the title to House Bill 1126.
House Bill 1126 by Representatives Ricks and Weinberg, also Senator Exum, concerning the inclusion of certain items of information, consumer reports, and in connection therewith, prohibiting the reporting of medical debt information by consumer reporting agencies and prohibiting debt collectors and collection agencies from falsely representing that medical debt information will be included in consumer report, or failing to timely disclose that, with certain exceptions, medical debt will not be included in a consumer report.
Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move House Bill 1126 on third reading and final passage.
Members, the motion before us is the adoption of House Bill 1126 on third reading, final passage. Mr. Schiebel, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Please close the machine. 46 aye, 18 no, and 1 excused. House Bill 1126 is adopted. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Members, that does conclude third readings for today. Are there any additional announcements or introductions? I have one. Representative Wilford will replace Representative Leader on the Health and Insurance Committee for today only. Representative Young.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. You all got an invitation on your desk for this Friday. We will be discussing older Coloradan legislation that impacts older Coloradans, and the details are on your flyer. It's Friday morning from 8 to 9, and in this new world, it's a hybrid meeting. So come in person or jump on in Zoom. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Ortiz.
Members, do not be afraid if you see a bunch of wheels tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow's Disability Rights Day, so introduce yourself, talk to people, figure out about the issues that matter the most to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative Holtorf? Thank you. Representative McCormick?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wanted to also bring your attention to a flyer on your desk about demystifying water. And this is the next level of education in water that we are offering to all legislators. And it will be this Wednesday, March 1st, early in the morning, 7:30, and we'll be down in Committee Room 107. So I hope many of you that are interested in what's happening in the water space here in Colorado will join us. And then there will be 2 more sessions, as you can see, on March 22nd and April 12th. And these are being presented by Water Education Colorado. So I hope to see many of you there. Thanks.
Thank you. Representative Ricks?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today I have a group of Aurora Central High School students coming to visit, but their bus just arrived in the parking lot, so they're making their way into the Capitol. So you probably will be seeing a lot of youth. Aurora Central is my alma mater. That's where I graduated from in Aurora. So the Trojans will be in the house. Please say hi to them when you see them.
Thank you, Representative Ricks. Representative Holtorf.
Madam Speaker, esteemed colleagues, now for what is really important today. Ladies and gentlemen, today is National Chocolate Soufflé Day. For those of you that aren't paying attention, the word soufflé is the past participle of the French verb souffler, sauper, which means to blow up or loosely puff up, which describes a soufflé perfectly.
Or a politician.
Or a politician, Madam Speaker. That was good. A soufflé is a lightly baked cake made with egg yolk and beaten egg whites that are combined with other ingredients to make the dish either a savory main dish or a sweet dish. And never forget that the origin of that word is directly tied to the origin of our nation. Because if it wasn't for the French in Yorktown doing the naval blockade, Cornwallis would have never surrendered. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you for the history lesson, Representative Holtorf. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over the balance of the calendar until tomorrow.
Seeing no objection, the balance of the calendar will be laid over until tomorrow. Madam Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will stand in recess until later today.